What is going on, everybody? So today I'm going to be talking about Wargame. I said in my last video I was going to be doing this, and I'm going to make it as short and sweet as possible. There's a lot of information that I want to convey in this video, so I'm gonna just go ahead and jump right into it and make it as short as possible. Now, before I get started, before I jump into it, I do want to say that this is about advanced war gameplay, I guess. I'm usually in like either King 1 or Hero 3, or always in one of those. Most of the time King 1, but we sometimes say Hero 3. And so, this isn't about like lower level play. If you do want to see that, like starting out, getting, Battle Princess, stuff like that, hit up my other video series about that. But if you want to see some higher level strategies and stuff like that, this is the video for you. So I'm going to jump right into the Wargame roster. We're going to look at the popular units first, and I'm going to kind of give my take on why they are popular. So the first is Artemis. Artemis just came out. That's one reason that she's so popular, is because she's brand new. Her banner is still running, and everyone can get her. So she's really good for physical teams, and something that really benefits Artemis as well being played is the New Year's 2018 Belle and Gareth, and I did a video covering them. They are really good. I don't know why neither of them are on the top 10 list, but I'd say by the end of Wargame we'll see them creep onto the top 10 list. Maybe not. I could be wrong, but if you look, a lot of the top players are using them, and they are really good. So Artemis is really good because of that. She's really good because of them. She's really good. Like, let's just show who she boosts from the top 10 list. So she boosts Black Fist Lunor, Sparkle Princess Eyes, and Regiment Princess Eyes. I believe Regiment Princess Eyes. I don't think she has a strength boost. I think she's a physical unit. Anyway, so she boosts them, and she's also used on teams with Honor Succession Belle. So she has a lot of synergy with the other top 10 contenders, and I think that's why she's the most used, to be honest. The next is Honor Succession Belle. He has been the most used for a long time. Winter Cream Lily took over for a while, and him and Elf's Honor Lafia have kind of battled it out in the past. But especially for as many Magic teams that have been very prevalent lately, it's weird to me that he's still at the top, but he is. He is really good, and he deserves his spot there. But so he's number 2, and that does help Artemis be number 1. That the previous number 1 most used unit was Honor Succession Belle in global. Winter Cream Lily Ruka, she's a staple on any Magic team. She's the Artemis of Magic teams, except better probably definitely better for Magic teams. So that's why she's there. She's the buffer for the Magic teams. After her, we have Honors Elf's Honor Lafia. Oh my goodness, she's the Honor Succession Belle for Magic teams. She just has the one generic Magic buff, and then just a hard hitter for Magic. And she is kind of a staple. She has always been a staple since she came out on Magic teams, and she probably will continue to be as well. After that, Crimson Tempest Eyes, she kind of just flew onto the scene last season or the season before, whenever she came out, and she's just been tearing it up, and she's really good. She gets to huge numbers, huge buff numbers. So that's definitely why she's there. She's just a really good, she gives really good buffs to herself. The next is Gale Disguised Ryu. So she's the only debuffer on the top 10 list, but she's the debuffer. She's the best debuffer. To be honest, I like to say Anna Kitty's the best debuffer. She is the highest debuffer. She has the highest debuff. But Gale Disguised Ryu, she does poison as well as debuff, and she just has better skills probably. So that's why she's really used. And she's a Magic unit. She gets buffed by Winter's Cream, Lily Ruka. So that's definitely why she has her spot there. I guess it's understandable why there's not a physical one, because the physical ones aren't as good, I guess. But I am kind of curious as to why there's no physical debuffer on the top 10 list. We do have Kino, which is still used. She's still used, and then we have Anna Kitty. So I use Anna Kitty because I don't have either of the others. Well, I have Ryu, but she's only +2, and I do have one Kino. I have a Kino, but anyway. After that, Glistening Elf Ryu. So why I think she's on top 10? She has really good abilities, to be honest, but she seals, and sealing is good. And this is something that I'm going to talk about a little bit more in detail later. But status effects, status conditions on skills are really good and really important in Wargame. That's something that you need, and I think that is definitely why she's used. Especially because she can get buffed by Winter Cream Lily and, just Seal as well. She's really good. And as well as Gale's has Ryu, she poisons, and, that's why she's really used. That's a reason why she's really used, because she will get that poison in there. Black Fist Lenore, I believe she slows the enemy. She's really good, though. She's a physical attacker. I believe she slows. I might look at her stats later, her abilities and stuff, because I'm not extremely familiar with her, but... I know what she does generally, but just like details, I guess. Sparkle Princess Eyes. So she has kind of been like fading off in the past seasons, but she is back. I'm assuming she is back because of Artemis. But she is back, number 9 this season so far. And she is a hard hitter. She's just been like a really good hard hitter from the start of the game. And with Artemis now, she's getting bigger damage. So I guess it does make sense to see her. I have her on my team. I'll probably cut her off of my team at some point, but I do have her there at the moment. And then Regiment Princess Eyes, she just gives that 15% damage buff, AoE damage buff, which is really good. Like, it's just really good. And I kind of wish I had her, more leveled than I currently do. Yeah, that's kind of the top 10 just generally. The main reasons why I think that they're here, why they deserve to be here. I don't know who else I would prefer to see here. I'd kind of like a couple of the double buffers to be here, like Levi and Christmas Bell, just because I do think that they're really useful, and I don't think they get as much credit as they should, because people say it does take 2 turns to charge them up, but they hit really hard, and I do think that they deserve a little bit more credit than they are getting currently. All right, so anyway, on to assists. So it doesn't surprise me at all that Slycat Chloe is the number 1 assist. She bounces back and forth between 1, 2, and 3. But with all the new physical stuff and physical stuff that we've seen, especially with Artemis coming out boosting physical teams, it does not surprise me at all that Slycat Chloe is number 1, and she'll probably remain number 1 for a while. So. Number 2, Ceremonial Flame Hestia. This also does not surprise me because there are so many status conditions that just got added to the game. Like we have New Year's 2018 Bell's Seal. We have Ryu's Seal. We have New Year's 2018 Gareth's Taunt. We have the poison from Ryu, but we've had that forever. So we have a bunch of stuff now, and I think that even if she also blocks, slow at the start of the game and stun at the start of the game. The stun's really important, actually, to stop. But even if she doesn't stop that, even if your opponent's not using that, she definitely will be able to stop the seal or the taunt, stuff like that. And you definitely do want that to be stopped. After that, we have Ceremonial Flame Hestia. That doesn't even warrant an explanation. It's just she does 15% extra damage to all AoE. So best war games ever. She's awesome. Tied for number 3 is Minstrel Elf Aina. She's the magic version of Slycat Chloe. Slycat Chloe is really good, and I do think that it does kind of surprise me that she's not a little higher, to be honest. I see why she's not, but there's so many Magic teams. If you look at the top roster right now, we'll go through top 10 and look at the top 10 players, and there are a lot of Magic teams. There are a lot of physical teams too, but you're going to see a lot of Magic teams, and so I'm surprised that she's not a little bit higher. She is, I guess, number 3. I was thinking number 4. But anyway, after that, Reindeer Goddess Hestia. So it boosts fire and magic. Let's check back over to the adventurers. The fire adventurers, Lily has a fire attack. Elf's Honor Lafia has fire. I'm not sure if her base magic attacks are fire or just her special arts, but I know she does some kind of fire. I think her base magic is fire as well. But we just have 2 fires. Does she do something? Does she do wind? Maybe she does wind. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, that makes sense. But anyway, she does something like that. Maybe it's wind. I think it is. But regardless, and then Kunoichi got his Hestia. You know, for all the physical teams going around, she's a healer. She boosts strength. I play her. She's really good. She's just kind of a staple for any physical team, to be honest. After that, Black Rose Hephaestus. I can't really speak to this, actually. Let me go check. Let me just back out of this and check her. I've read her several times, but I'm kind of blanking on what she does here. Let's check her out. I don't even have her. I didn't even summon these banners. At level 80. Let's see what she does. Physical resist minus 15% and guard rate plus minus 10%. So, good. So she's just for those physical teams as well, you know, reducing guard rate and physical resist. So she's like the Anya, which is the next on the list, except she just also reduces guard rate, and that's really good, actually. So let's check her out again. Yeah, so the next Anya, she just reduces that physical resist as well. So she's like Hephaestus. At level 80, she reduces it by 20%, but you know, Hephaestus is really good. I'd probably prefer her, to be honest, at max anyway. Next is Explosive Girl T. She has been in the top 10 forever. Like, she was number 1 for quite a while, and she just boosts critical rate and strength. Just another booster for those physical teams. I would never use her if I had her, to be honest, because I do have Kunoichi got his Hestia boosting physical, and you know, my Summer Hestia is boosting strength, and then my Summer Hestia is boosting critical. So she would be kind of useless to me at this point, but when she came out, she would have been really useful to me. She's really good. Number 10, Uncontrollable Titan Aaron. Really solid for physical teams. He has a chance to stun, and he lowers physical resist, I believe, as well. So we have 3 on here that lower physical resist, which is pretty crazy. And yeah, so the top 10 assists are very heavily physical based. There's one straight magic based one. And then, you know, Minstrel Elf is to counter magic. She does have a magic stat, though, so she's for magic teams, too. But you just stick her on your healer, you know, in a physical team. But yeah, like, specifically magic units, there's only 1. And there's, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 specifically physical units. So, like, that's pretty crazy. Just how like heavily the assists are geared toward physical. So I'm just going to go through the top 10 and kind of just show what, you know, how many magic teams, how many physical teams there are. So the first one is a magic team with a physical unit, has Gareth on it. I'm not really going to review these or anything. I'm just going to like go through, kind of show how many of each. So another magic team, just pure magic team, has a debuffer on it and just some magic units. Unsinge here has physical team, actually, so that's cool. And you know, he does have the Lenore for the slow there, so yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. And we do see our first Artemis there. Just did him. Chaos. So he has a Gareth. I really like the Gareth with the taunt, Lenore with the slow, and yes, then we have Bell in the back there with his seal. Like, so I kind of dig this team, actually. I really like Gareth. I wish I had him. Hopefully we will be getting Anya from these new banners, +5. That would be amazing. So we see another Lenore. She's very used, apparently. Like, all the top physical teams have had her. So this is another physical team. So we've had 2 and 2, and this one has 1 magic unit on it as well, so that's cool. That, you know, it seems like if they're gonna throw something in of the other type, they just kind of throw it in their sixth slot, and I agree with that. So here's a physical rip battery. Anyway, here's a physical / magic team. The last 2 spots are magic, and the front 4 physical. So that's kind of interesting. You know, it's going to be boosting damage a lot with Artemis, and then the Attack on Titan eyes. So that's pretty cool. I dig it. And then the magic units will rotate in. I believe that was 6. So we'll go Jesus Juice, go to 7 here. Yeah, and it's kind of the same as I believe Unsinges. Is that who it was? I don't remember, but it's similar. But I dig this. Again, we see Lenore and then Artemis as well, and then Honor Secession Bell has just been like everywhere. So anyway, Vado, the leader of my familia, yay, top reign. Anyway, he has the +2 Gareth, so not very leveled Gareth, but it's obviously working for him. Gareth's so good. And then the Tiona that buffs, I really like her as well. I was talking about her in one of my videos before. She's really good, so yeah, dig that team. What is happening? Did I not? I guess I still have notifications turned on. Sorry about that. We have Epic 7. I haven't put out a video on that in a while, but who knows? Maybe I will soon. I kind of stopped playing that game for a while. I still kind of play it every now and again. I've been playing it more recently, though. So, anyway. We have Chigusa instead of Artemis, so I guess they just decided they didn't need Artemis because they already have Chigusa, and that's fine. I mean, I respect that. We finally see an Asfi. Asfi's doing good, and another Lenore, so still have that Lenore going on. Zero? I think Zero, yeah. Zero just has the one eyes. Man, that eyes must be strong. Anyway. Let's just go to this top 10, I guess. This number 10, just to see. Oh, yeah, so... Alright, Diones. Cool. I can't find, like, there's 3 10s. Will the third 10 be, like... Oh, my goodness. Alright. Why are 10s all trolls? Alright. It's cool, though. I love you guys. I love you guys, 10s. Anyway. Let's check out my team. And I'll just talk a little bit about what I think a team should consist of. So we have the healer, and she also buffs my team. She buffs my team to reduce damage taken. And then you have mine is a strength-based team, a physical-based team. So I have Honor Secession Bell, obviously, Levi, which is like Honor Secession Bell, except he has the second buff, and that's what I was talking about earlier, the double buff units. And then I have a debuffer for my opponent's team, which is Anna Kitty. She is a strength-based as well. As for my assists in the front line, I have Aina. I have Kunoichi got his Hestia, which is boost strength and heals. Yeah, I do like to have a healer assist. And then I have Hestia, which... I keep hearing something back there, but I have Hestia, which boosts damage, and so we just want to get as much damage as possible out there. And Hestia, the Summer Hestia, which has a 90% chance to slow, so that does definitely helps if they don't have the assist that stops that. And she also increases critical chance by 10%. In the back row, we just have, a couple of just strength-based units. They don't have buffs. They just are kind of hard hitters out of the gate with Summer Hestia, which also removes strength buffs. So she's actually really good against physical teams. And then Sparkle Princess Eyes. Did I say Hestia? Summer Eyes. I don't know what I'm saying. Summer Eyes and then Sparkle Princess Eyes. And then on them, we have the Air and Assist that reduce physical resist and the Chloe that... Yeah, Chloe, the good one. So what I think that a team should consist of, and what I think mine is lacking, is I think that it should consist of a healer, some hard-hitting attackers, physical attackers or magic attackers. And then, if they buff themselves, you don't really need a buffer. If they do not buff themselves, you will need a buffer like... Alright, so we experienced some technical difficulties there, but I'm back. And what I was saying is that... you're gonna need a buffer, like if your units don't buff themselves, like Winter Cream, Lily Ruka, Artemis, something like that. And then it's kind of optional to have a debuffer at this point, but I do think that debuffers are useful in some scenarios. If you have to have a buffer, you probably are not going to want to have a debuffer because you're not going to be able to put out as much damage if you have a debuffer. Buffers are more for aggressive teams, like aggro teams. And so if you're playing something more like I am right now, that's like control damage, like take less damage, as little damage as possible while still outputting damage, just not a huge amount of damage, I think debuffers are pretty necessary. But other than that, just like for aggro or rush teams, like I like to try playing those sometimes. You're not going to need that. You're just going to need a buffer. And but anyway, I do think that's important. One of the most important things that about a team that I do not have is adventure that can output status effects. And what I mean by that is like seal, taunt. Poison's okay. Poison's not like the best one, but seal or taunt definitely, or stun, any of those, fantastic. Like I think that one of those three is definitely what you want. And I don't have that. I really was trying to get that in the New Year's units, and I'm going to try to get that in the future again. But I think that is what my team is really lacking right now. And so yeah, that is kind of what I think the important aspects of a team are. And you can have a good team without all of those. Like my team's decent, and I don't have the status effect. My mind was blanking there, but to have like a really solid team, I think that is like the three things that you're gonna need, or four things, I guess, that you're gonna need if you want to have a really solid team. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on it. I hope that helped. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask, comment, message me, do whatever. If you have any questions, need any help or anything like that. But anyway, I hope this helped. I hope you have a little bit, more confidence in your team now for Wargame. And good luck, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe. Don't like, please don't like. But anyway, thanks again, and have an awesome rest of your day. Peace.